All of these YouTube videos have millions of views, and surprisingly, their thumbnails were not made by an expensive thumbnail designer, but by a cheap and easy-to-use AI thumbnail generator that allows you to make thumbnails like this, or this in just 2 minutes. For example, submitting this text to the AI generated this thumbnail right here, which got 2 million views on this video. And let me tell you, that is not a lucky strike. I've seen hundreds of results like this. So if you want to start making better YouTube thumbnails to get more views in a faster and easier way, this video is going to be for you. With this tool, you can make action-based thumbnails, perspective thumbnails, free panel thumbnails, face and object thumbnails, object-only thumbnails. Basically, you can make every single one of the 12 best performing YouTube thumbnail formats. Alright, so to generate our thumbnails, we're going to be using this platform, which is called Pikzels. This is the best AI thumbnail generator for YouTube specifically, and here's how to use it. You've actually got two different options to create a thumbnail. You can do prompt to thumbnail, which basically is you submitting a text right here, telling it what you would like to create, or you've got a recreate option, which is where you can paste in a YouTube link, click generate, and it's then going to recreate the existing thumbnail that you gave it, allowing you to use proven formats from videos that already have millions of views for your own videos. However, I'll show you how to do that later on. Let's actually start by making a thumbnail from scratch with the prompt feature. And so in order to submit a text right here, first of all, we need a video topic. So I actually spent some time doing research, figuring out which videos perform well, and I noticed that the top YouTubers, a lot of them have videos with sharks. What I want to create is a thumbnail for a video where I went shark diving, which Mr. Beast and Mark Rober did themselves as well with these thumbnails, and they got over 100 million views on their videos. So I want to create a similar thumbnail with me who's swimming, who's shark diving underwater in the ocean while there's a shark behind me that's approaching me. So to create something like that, here's what I could say. Me swimming underwater, looking scared into the camera while a shark is behind me. Once you've told it what you would like to create, you can click on generate right here, and this AI thumbnail maker is then going to generate it for you. And here's what it then generated, which looks absolutely fantastic. If you click on it, you can make it show up a little bit bigger, so you can see that it clearly made what we asked it to do. We are in the ocean. We are indeed diving, we've got the goggles on our face, we've got a big shark behind us who is approaching us. And this is just one example. There's countless of thumbnail formats that you can generate using Pikzels, so any YouTuber can benefit from this, no matter what kind of videos you create. And so here's a ton more thumbnails that were generated by me using this software. I was able to generate whatever I wanted, pretty much. Now, this result already turned out pretty well. Now, if you don't like the thumbnail that I created, you can actually click on redo, which will redo the thumbnail with the same prompt. So I'll do that and I'll show you the result. Damn, that is ridiculously better. That's insane. Take a look at the difference between this and then this one. The color schemes are a lot brighter. It's clearly in the ocean. We've got a bunch of other fish. We've got this shark on the screen right here. That person looks a lot better. He's actually diving. He got all the equipment. Like thumbnail-wise, this is already a very, very good thumbnail. So that's the redo button. Now, if you want to change something else on the thumbnail, you can click on the edit button right here and then tell it what you want to change with a prompt. So for example, right now the person is looking quite scared. If we want this person to look more happy, I could click on the edit icon and I could say, make the person happy instead of scared. Keep the rest the same. Adding this part right here is actually very important to ensure that the rest stays the same. But I've actually got a little prompting guide section coming up later in this video, so don't worry about that. Then click generate, and there we go. First take, it did that very, very accurately. This person is now looking a lot happier and way less scared than right here. So you can see that this AI thumbnail generator is actually very, very accurate. Now, these results are already great. However, what is currently missing is text. Text to amplify is another one of the 12 best performing thumbnail formats on YouTube. So if I want to have a similar thumbnail like this, where it says shark diving in a bright, bold yellow font, that's exactly what I need to include in the prompt. And so a prompt I could use for that is basically the same beginning, but then add the text shark diving in a bold bright yellow font at the top. You click generate and it's once again gonna listen to you. And here's what it then generated. So once again, it creates very, very accurately what you tell it to do. Now this feature is great for thumbnails where the text serves as a hook to get the viewer to click, basically drive curiosity. Like this thumbnail, for example, with 1 million views. The text, "I saw him call her," makes the viewer extra curious. And that's exactly what you want. Now, a few great examples of me generating thumbnails with text are these. First of all, I tried a thumbnail in the car niche where we create a futuristic Ferrari car and place the text "Ferrari 2070" in a yellow aesthetic font above the car. And another thumbnail right here, the van life niche, which is actually a niche where most creators don't have the best thumbnails, where I asked it to generate a thumbnail of a woman sitting on a van in the mountains of Switzerland and add the text "Van Life Truth" in a yellow font at the top, which, as you can see, is exactly what it did. So it's one of the first and only AI thumbnail generators specifically made for YouTube that can actually add text on your thumbnails accurately. Now, I do like to be totally transparent, so I do want to let you know that this Ferrari thumbnail, for example, it took 2 generations to get done, as the first result was not that great. And I found that in general, sometimes it does take a few extra prompts or generations to get exactly what you want. So don't expect it to work accurately with the text 10 out of 10 times, but it is definitely up there. Now, what other top channels do as well to get millions of views per video is generate their main thumbnail asset with pixels. For example, this channel right here is owned by a friend of mine who used pixels to generate the main photo, and then later on they added text, and this video got millions of views. So to demonstrate that, I created this thumbnail with the following prompt: create a thumbnail where Elon Musk takes a selfie with his new Tesla tiny house. This is the thumbnail that I generated, which looks absolutely stunning. The thumbnail is visually very pleasing, and there's a Tesla tiny house, which in real life does not exist, but with pixels, just like that, you can generate it. So I can then download this and then add text later on in a tool like Canva, for example, to stay 100% in control of how I would like the text to appear. So keep in mind that that is possible too, and used by a lot of thumbnail designers. And just imagine the CTR on this thumbnail right here. Tesla fans are going to be clicking on this video, that's for sure. All right, so all of that was looking good, but let's push the boundaries a bit more. Actually, a lot more. So since Cristiano Ronaldo just started his YouTube channel, and we know that videos about shark diving go absolutely crazy, I thought about this video idea, where me and Cristiano just do a quick collab. I'm sure he'll be up for that. So here's the idea. I went shark diving with Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, creating a thumbnail for this in my first attempt led to this right here, which doesn't look that good. But by using the right prompt, this is what I was able to make, which is absolutely insane. That looks great. People are gonna click that for sure. So when giving prompts on Pixels after using it for countless hours, here's what I found works best. And let's actually go through this together while we make the prompt for our Ronaldo thumbnail. So what you should do, first of all, is be very, very specific. You want to describe the key elements of your thumbnail very, very clearly. Here's an example that I could use for the thumbnail with Ronaldo. Create a thumbnail for a video titled "Shark Diving with Cristiano Ronaldo." This scene shows 2 men underwater in the ocean, looking directly into the camera with fear on their faces, while a big shark is right behind them. One man is me, the other is Cristiano Ronaldo. That right there is a good prompt because it's very specific. Then next up, what I did in this prompt is set the scene. First of all, I mentioned the location, which was underwater in the ocean, so the AI then knows that that is the location to use. Then I showed characters, which were 2 men, one of which is me, one of which is Cristiano Ronaldo. Then next up, I matched the tone, so I mentioned in the prompt which emotions the thumbnail should include. So in my prompt, I mentioned that we have fear on our faces. And then finally, what I found that you should do is keep it short but clear. Now here's quickly what you should not do. First of all, don't use any vague prompts. If you just say, make a thumbnail for a shark diving video, that will give a much too general result. Number 2, don't overload the prompt. You want to avoid mentioning too many conflicting elements. For example, if I say, create a thumbnail with 2 men underwater, a UFO, a shark, and a treasure chest. The men are terrified, the shark is happy, the UFO is crying. That literally makes 0 sense, but there's a lot of contrasting elements, which will make the AI confused and give you a less accurate result. And then finally, don't skip the important details. If the thumbnail that you want to create includes a certain format, a certain action-based moment, you have to mention it, otherwise the AI does not know that that's what you want. And so to sum that up, here's an example of a bad prompt: make a thumbnail for a shark diving video. Why? Well, that's way too vague and it doesn't specify what you would like to include. And with that said, let's actually use the good example prompt that I gave you earlier to generate our thumbnail. So here we go. And then here's what it generated, which it's absolutely insane. That is Cristiano Ronaldo. We are diving together, but not yet. I mean, it's not me, but I'll get to that in a bit. There is a man indeed diving right next to Cristiano Ronaldo, and there is a shark behind them while they're in the ocean, which is insane. However, we do have one problem. That man right there does not look like me. I think you'll agree. And so to fix this problem, I'm gonna use the face swap feature on Pikzels. So you can click on face swap right here, then upload an image of your own face, and it's gonna swap the two. So I'm just gonna find a picture and submit it. All right, there we go. And then I'm gonna click generate. Now, while it's generating, it is good to mention that the face swap feature only works when you swap your own face on someone that kind of looks like you. I cannot swap my face on a female face, for example. That's not gonna work. So this only works very well if the person kind of looks like you, which right here is not particularly the case, but it is a male just like me. And so I'm confident that the AI generator will be able to do this. And then this is the result, which looks insanely accurate. Take a look at my face right there. That is indeed me. I think you will agree. I mean, let's compare, right? That definitely is me. That looks like me. And I'm now diving underwater with Cristiano Ronaldo himself while there's a shark behind us that's chasing us. And if you like what you're seeing, you can try out Pikzels for just $1 for the first 30 days by clicking the link in the description down below and applying the code YVH at checkout. This will unlock the premium plan for just $1, allowing you to make 150 thumbnails for just $1 in the first month, which is a crazy deal. So link for that in the description down below. Now, all of these are thumbnails from videos that have millions of views, and they have one thing in common. They were made by expensive thumbnail designers that charge $500 per thumbnail. Now, like I showed you in the intro, Pikzels has a recreate option allowing you to use proven thumbnail formats for your own videos, and all you have to do is paste a link. Here's how it works. So first of all, what you would have to do is find a thumbnail that you would like to take inspiration from and recreate it for your own video. So I'm going to use this video right here from Preston with 1.8 million views in 2 weeks, which is actually made by a professional designer that charges him hundreds of dollars. Now, to recreate this thumbnail or any thumbnail, you first of all want to copy the link of that YouTube video, then open up Pikzels, go to recreate, and then paste the link right here. Once done, you've got an important decision to make. Pikzels will ask you for the inspiration weight. You can choose between low, medium, and high. Now, these weights refer to how much inspiration you want to take from the thumbnail that you submitted. Now, for this, I will click on high and then click on generate so that you can see how accurately it can recreate a proven thumbnail. And there we go. So it very accurately recreated Preston's thumbnail. However, just to clarify, this is a 100% unique thumbnail. It recreates the entire format, as you can see, but if we put them side to side real quick, you can see that all the details are unique and not directly copied. And the best part, this was done without me having any Photoshop or designing skills, or me having to hire a very expensive designer. But I feel like there's something that I need to address first, because you might wonder, is replicating other people's thumbnails even allowed? You might feel like copying someone else's thumbnail like this is crossing a line. I completely understand, but let me show you why, in my opinion, this is not the case, and how the top YouTubers have been doing this for years to get millions and millions of views. One of many examples for this is this video I did right here. I tried 1-star hotels. Ryan Trahan was the first to upload this idea with this thumbnail right here. It got 28 million views. Now, the top YouTubers noticed this, and here's what they did to gain in on this trend. The Royalty family, with 27 million subscribers, that made this video. The thumbnail, exactly the same, and it got 11 million views for them. Tyler, with 1.8 million subscribers, made his own version using Ryan's thumbnail format, and as you can see, he got 500,000 plus views. Here's a few more of my favorite recreations I was able to generate using Pikzels recreate feature. You can see that all of these look extremely visually pleasing. There's text up on the screen, there's faces, there's design changes, but all of them are modeled after something that's already been proven to work. Now, once your thumbnail has been created using the recreate option, you actually still have the opportunity to change the inspiration weight. So I can now also click on medium, and then once again, it will regenerate that thumbnail on a different weight scale so that it will copy it a bit less, but still take from it. So here's what it made on high, medium, and low inspiration. So you can know the differences between all of them. Now, something important to know when recreating a thumbnail that I found is that the amount of things that you can customize using the edit feature heavily depends on the weight of inspiration that you're using. When recreating at high inspiration weight, you can change the least amount of things. At medium, a bit more, and then at low, you can change the most. However, in general, I got the best results when sticking to the format itself and just recreating it at the high inspiration weight. Looking at all these thumbnails made with AI, it is clear that Pikzels gives you a competitive advantage compared to ordinary small YouTubers that try to make a great thumbnail but don't have the expert level designer skills. And trust me, you're not gonna win like that. So, if you've been struggling to create thumbnails that people actually click on, this will help you to create high quality thumbnails. And the best part, you can do so without any designing skills or spending hundreds of dollars on these thumbnails like the top YouTubers do. So remember, for just $1, you can make 150 thumbnails on the premium plan in the first month of you using it if you click the link in the description down below and apply the code YVH at checkout, allowing you to bring your ideas to life, create sketches, and just overall make thumbnails that stand out and get you more views. Because your next viral video is just one thumbnail away.